Today I decided to do another election prediction. I haven't done one of these in a while. The election is drawing very close and felt like I needed to do one of these. So I'll start by filling out all the Trump safe states. No, Mississippi and Kansas and South Carolina and Indiana will not get close. A lot of people who trust the polls way too much are saying that a lot of these traditionally conservative states are going to get real close. Uh, just to be honest, it's not going to happen. Um, so I believe that's all the safe states filled out. Now, originally, I had Trump winning this race pretty easily. I had some of these states' margins pretty good for Trump. Well, I'm not going to give away who I think is going to win just yet, but I think the race is more narrow than I originally said. Um, so let's start by filling out New Mexico, Colorado, and Virginia. All these states are in the same scenario. Likely Democrat states have trended away from the Republicans for years now. Republicans really haven't made a play for them. And I believe that's all the likely Democrat states. Oh, besides Maine at large, I believe that'll go likely to the Democrats, and Maine's second congressional district will go likely to the Republicans. I believe Trump hasn't made much of a play for Maine. He doesn't have many people campaigning there for him. I think it's going to hurt him a little bit in Maine, but I really don't think he's targeting it, and he's not too concerned about this. Um, Next, I will do Iowa and Ohio. These are not toss-up states. A lot of people say these states are toss-ups. No, there's barely any money going into them. There's barely any people campaigning there. These states are not toss-up. They could be even safe Trump. That could surprise you on election night. Ohio could be safe Trump. People have underestimated Ohio for the Republicans for lots of time now, but right now I'm going to play it safe and say both those states will be likely Republican, along with Texas. I believe that'll be it for the likely Republican states, but I believe Texas will go likely to the Republicans. It'll be closer than last time. It'll probably go Republican by 6 to 7 points. Um, it's trended away from them a little bit, but I don't think it's trended away that badly. Next, I'll do Nebraska's second district. I don't have to talk much about this. It's very small, but um, Republicans look good in Nebraska's second district. Fundraising, and there hasn't been much money spent there. If Trump was concerned about it, he'd be campaigning there, and if Joe had a chance to get it, he'd also probably be campaigning there. Neither of which are happening, so I think it's going to go to Trump in a lean margin, probably around the same margin that Trump won it by last time. Next, I'll do Nevada. I think that's going to lean to the Democrats. Not much resources have gone there. A bit has gone there. Donald Trump has done some rallies. Joe Biden has done some rallies in Nevada, but I believe that it won't be that close. It'll probably go to Biden by 2 to 3 points from what I see right now. Next, I will do the Southeast. I believe Georgia will lean to Donald Trump, maybe by probably go to him around 3 points. It's trended away from the Republicans since the last election. Democrat voter registration is up there, but I don't see it flipping this election. Same thing with North Carolina. Republicans are looking better in that state than last election. Will he win it by more than last election? I'm not sure. Donald Trump won North Carolina by 4. That's a hard margin to beat, but he'll get lots of turnout in the western part of North Carolina and the bordering Tennessee area, and I'm sure he will win this. Republican registration is up in North Carolina, so that's really all I have to say about this. Next, I will do New Hampshire. I'm going to say that's going to lean to Joe Biden. It could be tilt Joe Biden. It could surprise us and go to Donald Trump if the race becomes more favorable for Donald Trump. But right now, neither campaign's been putting much resources into that. That's basically a must win for Joe Biden. Donald Trump has done some rallies there, but that was like maybe a month or two ago. Next, I will do Florida. This state, I'm very confident will go to Donald Trump. The Republican ground game is great there. Donald Trump has his son campaigning there in the Miami area, kind of turning the Cubans away from the Democratic Party that voted for Hillary last time because scared of Joe Biden being overtaken by the communist part of the Democratic Party. So polls some polls have been good in Florida, some polls have been bad. I don't really trust the polls at all. Uh, but yeah, I believe that the Cuban vote will come out for Donald Trump and he will take it by more than he won last time. Next I'll do Arizona. I think that'll be a very, very narrow state. I believe that'll narrowly go to Donald Trump. Probably by 1, maybe 2 points at best. Um, I think the state has trended away from the Republicans quite a bit. Trump won it by 3.5 points last time. Uh, but I still believe that the Supreme Court is going to help Donald Trump in Arizona with a lot of the establishment Republicans, and that'll push him over into victory. Now, next, I'm going to say Minnesota is going to tilt to Joe Biden. Donald Trump's making a play for it, and I could see it going either way. Right now, it's almost a toss up, but I'm going to say Joe Biden is going to win Minnesota in the tilt margin. Donald Trump could win it though if he keeps making a play for it, but right now Minnesota's going to go to the Democrats. Um, Next, I will do Wisconsin. Uh, Same scenario here f like usual. The Kenosha riots are gonna help Donald Trump. I think a lot of the establishment Republicans will come out for Donald Trump, that came out for Romney. A lot of the Romney to Clinton voters or Romney to third party voters are gonna come out for Donald Trump, uh, more than they would have in 2016. So I believe Trump will probably win Wisconsin by around the same margin. He won Wisconsin last time probably by a point. A lot of all these Rust Belt states are probably going to be determined within 1 or 2 points. They're going to be very, very narrow. Um, Next, I'm going to do Pennsylvania. I think that'll tilt to Donald Trump. By the way, Trump has already won. He's at 290 electoral votes, but I think Pennsylvania will tilt to Trump. Both campaigns have been spending a lot of resources here. This is the so-called tipping point state. A lot of people are calling it the tipping point state of the election. So whoever wins Pennsylvania is going to win the election. Joe, that's like his the only state he's campaigned in essentially. He's campaigned in other states, but that's a main state he's been campaigning in. Donald Trump holding rallies there. Um, I believe he will win it. And lastly, I believe Donald Trump will win Michigan. So it'll be the same map essentially as last election. Donald Trump will improve in some states, do worse in others. But I believe Michigan will tilt to Donald Trump. I think the union vote is going to be good for him. Uh, Joe Biden could tap into unions, but I think the left has kind of went so far left that it's kind of turned away some of these union workers. Um, so that's really all I have to say. I think Donald Trump will have the same electoral map as last time. He'll win 306 electoral votes to Joe Biden 232. This election is going to be very narrow, so everyone's got to turn out to vote. Uh, that's really all I got to say. Thanks for watching.